Yo, good evening, USA, Canada, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. This is your man and homie, G Money Stacks, aka the Greginator, YouTuber, host with the most, misunderstood, lonely nomad, unstoppable independent podcaster, and of course, Queens, New York native, who is also a New York Mets fan from the neck of the woods of Laurelton, Queens, New York. And yes, you are now rocking with me, tuning in, listening, streaming, and watching the 354th episode of Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast, live and direct alongside with YouTube. Be sure to grab that subscribe button for me and leave a like and a comment and all that great stuff right there. And I do apologize for not posting episode 354. I had to redo. I'm redoing this episode right here because I had a Wi-Fi situation that I had to do, so I had to make sure that I reset my Wi-Fi so it doesn't, go in and out. So so there you go. In case you're wondering why I didn't post 354 yet. Um and also be sure to add the podcast to your playlist and along with streaming platforms that I will discuss. And of course, I will give a PSA into um viewers who think that every TV show and every movie is considered woke really grinds my gears. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah. Let's see. Without further ado, what do you say we start off with this? And I hope y'all having a good week. I'm pretty sure y'all getting ready for Halloween, which is around the corner. I will have some Halloween topics next week, so and some Halloween places for y'all to check out. So don't worry about that. Let's get into this right here, man. Mental health check-in. Yes, today's mental health check-in topic is about mental health in the workspace. All right. I'm pretty sure most of y'all are familiar with this. So I'm gonna break this down for you. All right. Now let's get into this topic right here. Now, here are some key facts here, and this is according to the people from an article of the World Health Organization. So, yes, mental health at work. So, here's some key facts here. Decent work is good for mental health. True. Poor working environments, including discrimination and inequality, excessive workloads, low job control, and insecurity pose a risk to mental health. 15% of working age adults estimated to have a mental health disorder in 2019. Globally, an estimated 12 billion working days are lost every year to depression and anxiety at a cost of $1 billion per year in lost productivity. Damn. Yeah. Um. Yes. Let's get. Wait for it. Hold on a second. Wait for it. Yeah. Here we go. There are effective actions to prevent mental health risk at work, protect and promote mental health at work, and support workers with mental health conditions. Now, Here's an overview right here. Almost 60% of world population is in work. All workers have the right to a safe and healthy environment at work. Work can protect mental health. Decent work supports good mental health by providing a livelihood, a sense of confidence, purpose, and achievement, an opportunity for positive relationships and inclusion in the community, and a platform for structured routines, among many other benefits. For people with mental health conditions, decent work can contribute to recovery and inclusion, improve confidence and social functioning. Safe and healthy work, safe and healthy working environments are not only a fundamental right, but are also more likely to minimize tension and conflicts at work and improve staff retention, work performance, and productivity. Conversely, a lack of effective structures and support at work, especially for those living with mental health conditions, can affect a person's ability to enjoy their work and do their job well. It can undermine people's attendance at work and even stop people getting a job in the first place. All right, risks to mental health at work. At work, risk to mental health, also called psychosocial risk, um, may be related to job content or work schedules, specific characteristics of the workplace, or opportunities for career development, among other things. Risks to mental health at work can include underuse of skills or being underskilled for work, excessive workloads or work pace, understaffing, long unsocial and excuse me, or inflexible hours, lack of control over job design or workload, unsafe or poor physical working conditions, organizational culture that enables negative behaviors, limited support from colleagues or authoritarian supervision, violence, harassment, or bullying, discrimination and exclusion, unclear job role, under or over promotion, job insecurity, inadequate pay, or poor investment in career development, and conflicting home or work demands. Psychosocial risk, I will add that to a future topic. So, um, so there you go. More than half the global workforce works in the informal economy, where there is no regulatory protection for health and safety. These workers often operate in unsafe working environments, work long hours, have little or no access to social or financial protections, and face discrimination, all of which can undermine mental health. Although psychosocial risk can be found in all sectors, some workers are more likely to be exposed to them than others because of what they do or where and how they work. Health, humanitarian, or emergency workers often have jobs that carry an elevated risk of exposure to adverse events, which can negatively impact mental health. Economic recessions or humanitarian and public health emergencies elicit risks such as job loss, financial instability, reduced employment opportunities, or increased unemployment. Work can be a setting which amplifies wider issues that negatively affect mental health, including discrimination and inequality based on factors such as race, sex, gender, identity, sexual orientation, disability, social origin, migrant status, religion, or age. People with severe mental health conditions are more likely to be excluded from employment, and when in employment, they are more likely to experience inequality at work. Being out of work also poses a risk to mental health. Unemployment, job, and financial insecurity, recent job loss are risk factors for suicide attempts. Action for mental health at work. Government employers, the organizations which represents workers and employers and other stakeholders responsible for workers' health and safety can help to improve mental health at work through action to prevent work related mental health conditions by preventing the risks to mental health at work, protect and promote mental health at work, support workers with mental health conditions to participate and thrive in work, and create an enabling environment for change. Action to address mental health at work should be done with meaningful involvement of workers and their representatives and persons with lived experience of mental health conditions. Now, ways to prevent work related mental health conditions. Preventing mental health conditions at work is about managing psychosocial risk in the workplace. Um, World Health Organization recommends employers do this by implementing organizational interventions that directly target working conditions and environments. Organizational interventions are those that assess and then mitigate, modify, or remove workplace risk to mental health. All right. Organizational interventions include, for example, provide flexible working arrangements or implementing frameworks to deal with violence and harassment at work. Protect and promote mental health at work. Protecting and promoting mental health at work is about strengthening capacities to recognize and act on mental health conditions at work, particularly for persons responsible for the supervision of others, such as managers. To protect mental health, World Health Organization recommends manager training for mental health, which helps managers recognize and respond to supervisees experiencing emotional distress, builds interpersonal skills like open communication and active listening, and fosters better understanding of how job stressors affect mental health and can be managed. Training in mental health literacy and to improve knowledge of mental health and reduce stigma against mental health conditions at work, and interventions for individuals to build skills to manage stress and reduce mental health symptoms, including psychosocial interventions and opportunities for leisure based physical activity. Support people with mental health conditions to participate in and thrive at work. People living with mental health conditions have a right to participate in work fully and fairly. The UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities provides an international agreement for promoting the rights of people with disabilities, including at work. World Health Organization recommends three interventions to support people with mental health conditions gain, sustain, and participate in work. We got reasonable accommodations at work, adapt working environments to the capacities, needs, and preferences of a worker with a mental health condition. They may include giving individual workers flexible working hours, extra time to complete tasks, modified assignments to reduce stress, time off for health appointments or regular supportive meetings with supervisors. Return to work programs combine work directed care with ongoing clinical care to support workers in meaningfully returning to work after an absence associated with mental health conditions while also reducing symptoms. Mental health symptoms. Supported employment initiatives help people with severe mental health conditions to get into paid work and maintain their time on work through continue to provide mental health and vocational support. Create an enabling environment for change. Both governments and employers, in consultation with key stakeholders, can can help improve mental health at work by creating an enabling environment for change. In practice, this means strengthening leadership and commitment to mental health at work. For example, by integrating mental health at work into relevant policies, investment of sufficient funds and resources, for example, by establishing dedicated budgets for actions to improve mental health at work and making mental health and employment services available to lower resource enterprises. Rights to pe- excuse me to participate in work. Rights to participate in work. For example, by aligning employment laws and regulations with international human rights instruments and implementing non discrimination policies at work, integration of mental health at work across sectors. For example, by embedding mental health into existing systems for occupational safety and health, participation of workers in decision making, for example, by holding meaningful and timely consultations with workers, their representatives, and people with lived experience of mental health conditions, evidence on psychosocial risks and effectiveness of interventions. For example, by ensuring that all guidance and action on mental health at work is based on the latest evidence. Compliance with laws, regulations, and recommendations. For example, by integrating mental health into the responsibilities of national labor inspectorates and other compliance mechanisms. World Health Organization is committed to improving mental health at work. The World Health Organization Global Strategy on Health, Environment, and Climate Change and World Health Organization Comprehensive Mental Health Action Plan from 2013 to 2030 outline relevant principles, objectives, and implementation strategies to enable good mental health in the workplace. These include addressing social determinants of mental health, such as living standards and working conditions, reducing stigma and discrimination, and increasing access to evidence based care through health service development, including access to occupational health services. Health services. Um, in 2022, World Health Organization's World Mental Health Report, Transforming Mental Health for All, highlighted the workplace as a key example of a setting where transformative action on mental health is needed. The World Health Organization guidelines on mental health at work provides evidence-based recommendations to promote mental health, prevent mental health conditions, and enable people living with mental health conditions to participate and thrive. Organizational interventions, manager training, and worker training, individual interventions, return to work, and gaining employment. The accompanying policy brief by World Health Organization and the International Labor Organization. Mental health at work policy briefs provides a pragmatic framework for implementing World Health Organization recommendations. Specifically sets out what governments, employers, organizations representing employers and workers and other stakeholders can do to improve mental health at work. Now, if you'd like to learn more about mental health at work, you can go to this website right here, which is www.tho.int/newsroom/fact sheets/details/mental health at work. So there you go, right there. Now, we got some things to talk about here. We got some things to talk about here in transit. Let's get to the New York Mass Transit files right here. Let's do this. All right, let's talk about this right here. All right, so here's what's happening. A Manhattan grand jury indicted a man who allegedly punched an MTA worker in the face at a Midtown subway station last month, prosecutors announced Thursday. Robert Ray, age 33, was hit with second-degree assault charges for the unprovoked assault on an MTA station agent on September 16th at the Lexington Avenue 53rd Street station in Midtown Manhattan. That is so stupid. That's so fucking stupid, though, man. Like, why? Why would you do this? Millions of New Yorkers rely on the hard work of our dedicated MTA employees every day, and we will continue to work closely with our law enforcement partners to ensure our transit system is safe. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg said in a statement. I hope the victim continues to heal from this assault. Prosecutors say the incident began at 6:05 a.m. on September 16th when Ray allegedly started stalking the female station agent at the Lexington Avenue 53rd Street stop, serving the E and M lines as she walked to the bathroom. As she checked on the station's escalators, Ray allegedly rushed her from behind and socked her in the face, knocking her to the ground. Ray then fled the scene but was arrested later that day. The station agent suffered lacerations, swelling, and pain in her face. Ray is currently being held at the Otis Bantam Center on Rikers Island on $25,000 bail, according to the Department of Correction records. Jeez. If that's the case, man, they shouldn't have they shouldn't let him out anyway. Not after what he did. I mean, he did really something stupid though. That's fucked up what he did. It's fucked up. You know what I mean? Yes. Our next transit topic that we need to talk about here. Um, the next transit topic we need to talk about is uh is this. All right, so the MTA is teaming up with Upper West Side grocery institution Zabars to hawk black and white cookies and bagels with schmear to celebrate two milestone birthdays. The New York City subway will celebrate its 120th birthday on October 27th, while Zabar's, the massive grocer at 80th Street and Broadway, hits the big 90 this year, with the subway so integral to the development of the Upper West Side and by extension, Zabar's. The two institutions decided to celebrate their birthdays together this year. You have two major institutions that are celebrating a birthday of sorts. What if they did it together? Said Demetrius Critchlow, interim president of MTA New York City Transit. And so we said this would be a great collaboration to the extent of Run DMC and Aerosmith. Yeah, it's funny how they use that as a reference. Oh shit. Oh man. So on a well, actually, this took place on October 22nd. Zabars will branch out of its longtime West Side home and hand out its vaunted black and white cookies to commuters at four subway stations in the Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, and Queens. Then from October 24th until the birthday on October 27th, Zabars will offer special for the morning rush from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., offering a bagel with schmear for just $1.20, wrapped in a subway themed paper. Prices increased to $2.90 with the addition of coffee and $9.90 with locks. Normally, those would cost $4.34, $5.32, and 19.47 respectively. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Um, so let's see. All right. Zabars has also been selling coffee for 90 cents this month in honor of its birthday. The store was founded in 1934 by Louis and Lillian Zabar in its spot right above the 79th Street station on the one line. And for four successive generations has served the neighborhood with high quality coffee, fresh bagels, and smoked fish, and fine um, artisanal cheeses. Not sure what that is. I'll look it up later. Among other things. The company sells up to 4,000 pounds of smoked fish and 8,000 pounds of coffee each week. The history of Zabar's has been intertwined with the number one train and the rest of the subway, says Stanley Zabar, the 92-year-old son of Louis and Lillian Zabar. The number one train here at 79th Street was the most important part of my life, says Stanley Zabar. And I want to tell you, they've always ran very well, and I'm very happy with it, uptown and downtown. Meanwhile, Stanley's 96-year-old brother, Saul, recalled the bygone time when the neighborhood was crisscrossed by trolleys, including those running in the median of Broadway. Like much of the city, the Upper West Side became what it is today because rapid transit allowed New York City to expand far beyond its original reach. This neighborhood is where it is because of the subway, said Concetta Ben C. Venga, director of the New York Transit Museum. Most of us know that on good days, the subway will get you from point A to point B. But what a lot of people don't think about is that the subway actually creates place like the Upper West Side, or if you don't believe me, like Hudson Yards, which used to be a rail station and now is an entire neighborhood. Yeah, the first underground subway line opened on October 27, 1904, with subway ran by the Interborough Rapid Transit Company through 28 stations between City Hall, downtown, and 145th Street in Harlem, along the present day 456 and 123 lines. 150 150,000 people turned out to pay the 5-cent fare and ride the train underground. To celebrate the milestone birthday, the Transit Museum is hosting a new exhibit called The Subway Is. The exhibit will showcase the centrality of the subway to life in the Big Apple and the many ways the system is meaningful to New Yorkers. The museum will also host nostalgia rides on old timey trains, specifically um, the low V model from 1917, along the system's original routes on October 27th and on November the 16th. All right. So you guys are more than welcome if you are in the New York area and Manhattan. You're more than welcome to actually check out. You're more than welcome to check out um, Zabar's Bagels spot. All right, where the 79th Street subway station is. You can't miss it. Um, to show how to get there. All right, so let's get into. I want to get into. I want to get into what really. Before I get into the Kendrick Lamar shit, though, man, I want to get into. I want to give a PSA to. I want to give a PSA to the idiots out there on YouTube who think every TV show and movie is considered woke. All right. And you want to know what really grinds my gears? I'm going to talk about that in this segment right here, which is Chatting or the Jazz. The segment about the trending topics, not only on a weekly basis, but other topics that hasn't really been, talked about. So here it is, Chatting or the Jazz. All right. First and foremost, I think people out there who may not understand what the word woke is and where it came from. First, let's break down what the word woke is and where it came from. So, for those of you who may not know what woke is, it's basically to be aware of and actively attentive to important facts and issues, especially issues of racial and social justice. The word woke came from the catchphrase "Stay woke," which is what one of the YouTubers was talking about with the women from Force of Light Entertainment. All right, so and the reason I'm actually talking about this is because number one, this is what really grinds my gears about some of you YouTubers, man, and especially those who are especially those from that Park Place. I'm not gonna mention any names here, man, but I'm not gonna mention any names and stuff. So this is what so this is basically talking about this whole woke ideology. This is from the people from thatparkplace.com. Let's see. Let's see. Our article on the potential leak of an Obi-Wan Kenobi series ending has taken off like wildfire, and I have been touched by some of the commentary we've received. Feedback really matters to all the writers on this site, myself included. So I want to take a moment to chat with you about something that needs a bit more resolution. Specifically, I think we need to discuss what it is we're criticizing when we talk about woke narratives in Star Wars, as well as in other modern entertainment. Okay, so let's think about it this way. In any good piece of entertainment, be it comedy or drama, be it tragedy or triumph, what we're looking for is a character that will overcome some sort of hurdle. In that way, it's like watching sports, except that the outcome is preordained. We're watching characters who have been created in such a way as to show us some clever way to rising above a challenge. During that time, if the story, if the characters along the journey, and as we connect, we share in a communal sentiment that arises out of these make believe figures who, though unreal in a literal way, present us with a very real truthfulness in a literary way. They are not the same, but that doesn't mean the truths of entertainment and fiction should be so easily dismissed either way. When I was a kid, I loved the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. When I hear the theme song or see the arcade, even to this day, it gives me a feel that is unique to my childhood experience of engaging with silly cartoon turtles, yet buried inside the goofy exteriors of humanoid turtles are teenage and hero archetypes that provided a connection to children who watched them. I mean, otherwise, this would have been a fad amongst the thousands of other similar ideas and would have been quickly dismissed by society, right? If you know anything about the Pareto distribution curve, you know that within any creative endeavor, um, 50% of the material is generated by the square root of the total entities participating in the endeavor. That's a complicated explanation of why some things become really popular while the vast majority of the stuff we make gets no attention whatsoever. The Ninja Turtles became hyper popular for some reason, and we ought to look at why certain pieces of entertainment just skyrocket into the stratosphere of popularity. In the case of the Turtles, I think it's because the 80s cartoons had four teenage hero archetypes, um, intrinsically connected in a way that the creators probably didn't even predict or understand. Of course, this isn't an article about turtles. This is an article about Star Wars. It's an article about woke ideology and what it is we're criticizing when we talk about it. So, where am I going? Well, I had a friend in college who told me that for um, for years he went to bed every single night with one of the first trilogy Star Wars movies playing on his television. Why would someone do that? And yet, there are millions and millions of young adults out there who were doing similar things with that story. Something connected with them in a deeply profound way that drove Star Wars to be the biggest ever franchise for its time. Again, I'd argue that it was a connection with an archetype buried deep inside the subconscious of so many people who fell in love with the story. Luke Skywalker was the naive youth who dreams of vanquishing evil but has no idea what it is he faces in doing so. He learns from a wise old sage that it would be more difficult than he might have first believed. He encounters skepticism and cynicism, cynicism. Finally, he discovers that evil isn't some foreign force that one must face down, but rather it is a powerful drive inside each one of us that we must control. Luke must redeem the sins of his father, his ancestry, in order to fully conquer evil, thereby reclaiming his father for the good. Let's see. Something inside that story resonated deeply with people beyond spaceships, laser swords, and golden clad robots. When I talk about woke ideology in Star Wars and other entertainment, I'm specifically referring to a modern narrative tool that has become quite popular in today's fiction. The idea is that you take the archetypes we've been discussing and you subjugate them to a group identity first and foremost. If you can likely predict honor or dishonor simply by group identities of characters, you are on your way to a woke narrative. But also, if you can predict which previously noble characters will be um, denigrated in some way, so that a group identity specific character can overcome them without trial or tribulation. That's part of this same trope. Essentially, the new narrative device is to have a character that is part of a preferred identity group suddenly overcome established characters, but without the hero's journey that defines storytelling for eons. According to the new ideology, this is necessary because these new heroes are not based on um, merit- meritorious gains, meritorious gains. Rather, they are intrinsically imbued with their heroic nature by virtue of the immutable characteristics such as ethnicity, gender, or other unchanging objective. Ultimately, this is the effort of the new author to strip the narrative of individual archive merit and change the story to merit based on group identity. The problem with such a story is that it's ugly and self defeating no matter which group is being promoted. In reality, even if we fight it with all we have for causes of promoting prejudice inside ourselves, we all actually want to connect with the personality of a person who overcomes. That is in spite of the characteristics that make us different from a character. We will yell and cheer for Ninja Turtles that have nothing in common with us from an ethnic basis, so long as those silly characters are the embodiment of personality traits we all can relate it, relate to. In a good story, we're watching something akin to sports in that um, we're seeing people aim for a difficult goal and obtain it. However weird it might be, that's what stories, and that's what we gathered around fires and hearths for thousands of years to practice at telling a story that teaches us how to aim better. Hmm. Um. Okay. Okay. Look. Yeah, I can check out that partplace.com for this article about the whole about what does woke mean in modern entertainment and why does it does it fail. Now, look, before I go on to before I go on to the next topic, let me tell you something. Some of you YouTubers, man, you know what really grinds my gears? Some of you motherfuckers always think that whenever a new TV show or a new movie comes out or whatever, and you look at a specific character or whatever, you deem everything is woke. Well, let me tell. Well, look. Maybe you don't want to understand from an individual's point of view. maybe and your and your crazy theories and stuff may have clouded your judgment. You're basically forcing people to 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 be to be agreeing with you on every TV show and every movie is considered woke. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm starting to feel like you're basically trying to ruin everything for everybody. You're trying to ruin everything for everybody. Like seriously, you think to agree with your hatred and bias and all that other shit? No. You have to understand, no, you can't control a lot of people in what they watch. You can't control people in what they watch. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It just really it bothers me because for me to hear stuff like this, it's really, really, really it's a turnoff. You know what I'm saying? And I want to give a shout out to the women from Force Forces Force of Light Entertainment, right? On YouTube. Shouts to them for breaking down certain things that are considered woke versus the one not. And another YouTuber shouts to Lorena and the women Michelle and Natalie from Forces of Light Entertainment. I could be wrong about your YouTube channel name. I'm already subscribed to it already. So thank y'all for basically breaking it down and stuff. So look, man, the moral of the story is if you don't like something, whether it's TV, as far as like the gender, the fucking ethnicities and all that other stuff, you don't. But the fact of the matter is, not everybody want to watch TV and movies that has only white people in it. Whatever happened to thinking? Whatever happened to thinking outside the fucking box? Are you serious? Like, come on, man. You cannot expect people to agree with every bias, hatred, fiber that you have for every damn TV show. And y'all worse than the fucking film critics too. You know what I mean? Y'all crazy for this shit though, man. And and I will say this though, man. I've watched a lot of TV and I never had an issue with this whole thing with TV shows and movies being so quote unquote woke. Like, shut the fuck up, man. If you don't like it, don't watch. Don't try to take it out on other people who want to watch certain things, man, that they enjoy. And what I'm trying to say to you folks out there, some of you YouTubers out there, and some of you out there, is that not all movies and TV shows have wokeness, man. How about give it a chance? See if you like the storyline and all that other stuff. Look, you don't have to have perfect movies and perfect TV shows and all that other stuff. You don't have to do that. And what's wrong with being aware and informed about what's going on in society? You know what I'm saying? Like, people go through different things, man. People have struggles. Not to mention the struggles, not just with racism, but other things too. These are human beings just like us. You know what I'm saying? How about how about how about not watch the movies, not TV shows if you don't like it? Don't take it out on other people because you expect them to agree with you. Not everybody is gonna fucking agree with you. This whole thing about everything being woke and stuff, y'all gotta stop this shit, man. For real though. This is really getting on my nerves right now, man. Y'all gotta stop this shit. Cause if anything, y'all just being fucking ignorant. Like, chill out, man. Chill out. Not everything is woke. You feel me? There you go, man. That's my take on it, man. I'm gonna move on from this before I get super upset on this. You are what you watch. And if you enjoy it, don't worry about other people who think that everything is woke, especially on YouTube, man. Like, cut it out already, man. And let people enjoy certain movies and certain TV shows. All right, let's get into this Kendrick Lamar mess. All right. What you call it? I want to actually get into. All right, let's get into the whole Kendrick Lamar shit. All right. And then we'll talk about hang on once. Where did I put that story? Where did I put that story? Hold on a sec. Where did I put that story? Um, so, let me see. Um, all right. So hang on 1 second. Um, where is this? Hold on. I had that story. Um, hold on. I know I had that story. I'm looking for it actually. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm out to. All right, so. All right, people. Yeah, here we go. All right, where is this? I'm pretty sure that yeah, Lil Wayne actually so um People in Louisiana are very upset about Kendrick Lamar performing in Louisiana for the performance in Super Bowl 59 in 2025. Um, yeah, I got some thoughts about that too, as a matter of fact. Um, yeah, what the hell? Oh, wait. No. That's not it. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to that right there. Um, so so yeah, people from Louisiana are very upset about Kendrick Lamar being picked to perform in Louisiana in Super Bowl 59. So Lil Wayne has finally broken silence on his Super Bowl halftime show snub at the up, upcoming Super Super Bowl 59 championship in his hometown of New Orleans. Kendrick Lamar was announced as the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show headliner earlier this week, and he even dropped a new song amidst the internet's debate on who should be performing. Um, in a video posted to his Instagram, Weezy posted a heartfelt conversation to his fans about hearing that Kendrick got the gig over him. He started the video by explaining his need to process the situation. Forgive me for the delay. I had to get strength enough to do this without breaking. Thank you to every voice, every opinion, all the love and support out there. Your words turned into arms and held me up when I tried to fall back. Lil Wayne was open about his feelings, about not being chosen, even stating that hurt a lot. I blame myself for not being mentally prepared for a letdown, for just automatically mentally putting myself in that position. Like someone told me that was my position. Since the Super Bowl 59 would be taking place in the city he was born and raised and made his name as a rapper, the connection was deeper for Lil Wayne and therefore was the greater source of pain. I thought there was nothing better than that spot, that stage, and that platform in my city. It broke me. I'm just trying to put me back together. But my God, how you all have helped me. Nicki Minaj took to X, formerly Twitter, earlier this week to defend Weezy, stating, "You don't know the half of what Lil Wayne has done for me and others. Wayne had Drake and I on his tour with no paper sign. He was on all of my mixtapes with no paper sign. This man has literally changed the face of hip hop. The hair too. He inspired so many to tat their faces and get locks. Inspired your faves to want to be a great MC. He never was in this for the money. It's always been for the love of music. In the past, Lil Wayne has always expressed the desires to play the halftime show over multiple years. Super Bowl 59 is set to take place on February 9th, 2025. Mark your calendars. You can watch it. You can watch it on his YouTube. No, not on his you can watch it on his Instagram. All right. Um Other people chimed in too. Lacrae and D1 and of course Juvenile as well. Lacrae has picked up the baton from Kendrick Lamar, delivering a surprise verse that was clearly inspired by his inclusion in K. Dot's latest social media exclusive song. This took place late Saturday night, September 14th. The gospel rapper took to Instagram to share a new single verse track that included a couple of callbacks to Kendrick's surprise release earlier this week, which fans have titled Watch the Party Die. Oh gosh. Um in contrast with the beat up black Air Force Ones, Kendrick um chose as he chose as his de facto de facto cover art. Lacrae delivered his new release alongside a photo of a pair of slightly worn white Air Force Ones. He also kicked off the verse with a direct reference to the Kendrick mention and later quoted Dot's question. I wonder what Lacrae would do. End quote. I was wrestling like, should I write a verse? He raps. The culture got enough clout chasing vultures out here, trying to prove they need attention. They can't imagine me not trying to make myself look bigger off of this Kendrick mention. Hmm. Yeah. Um Throughout the 232 song, Lacrae shares a number of details about his life, including a mention of a Xanax addiction, his family's ties to gang culture, and his less than Christian desire to seek revenge against the dealer who gave his cousin fentanyl. As of this writing, the post had garnered over 940,000 views and 58,000 likes. Kendrick Lamar took fans by surprise on Wednesday, September 11th, by dropping an untitled track on Instagram without notice, following the fervent chatter surrounding his upcoming Super Bowl halftime show. The 5-minute effort finds Kendrick serving up some pointed social commentary as he laments the state of the rap game and wider music industry. From those who parade in gluttony without giving truth to the youth and glorify scamming to street niggas, corporate guys, and rappers who report the lies and the radio personality pushing propaganda for salary. Multiple targets face the wrath of King Kendrick's silver tongue. Towards the end of the track, Kendrick name drops Lacrae and D1, two rappers who are also thoughtful rap music that shines a spotlight on the ills of society and attempts to light a path for listeners to make better choices. Um, Sometimes I wonder what Lacrae would do. Fuck these niggas up, or show them just what prayer do. He spits referencing the veteran Christian MC. He continues, I want to be empathetic, my heart like D1, but I would admitting what sounds like a threat against his enemies. Reacting to the line on X, formerly Twitter, Lacrae reciprocated the love by writing, "Love you, Dot, always here." D1 posted a throwback photo of him and Kendrick along with the caption, I appreciate the shout out, brother. More than you'll ever know. A shift is happening. The time is now. Now, let's get into what D1 says. Let's get into what D1 says. All right, so um according to the folks from Hip Hop DX, D1 has jabbed Joe Button and other hip hop media figures on a new song, which he released in response to Kendrick Lamar's own new track. shared exclusively on Instagram, Call It Like It Is, finds the new Orleans rapper calling out Budden by name, spitting most of the media people lame. Y'all wasn't never really cool before you got inside of this here game. Instigating, y'all being messy. You ain't helping nobody grow. Tell Joe Budden I'm on a mission, so don't butt in, Joe. Hmm. He also hold on. He also criticizes the wider hip hop community for peddling negative messages to young people. End quote. Y'all done turned this culture trash. These so called legends ain't no legends. I don't care if they sold millions. Are you hearing their message? The Christian MC goes on to return the favor and name drop Kendrick as well as fellow NOLA native Lil Wayne. I'm applying the pressure. I'm powered by God, and we're gonna be all right. That's what Kendrick Lamar said, and in the words of Lil Wayne, the sky is the limit. Yeah. Um, and The song continues the outspoken themes of Kendrick Lamar's um own recent song, which fans have dubbed "Watch the Party Die," while taking hip hop culture, the music industry, and society as well, as a whole to task. The Compton Kingpin name drop D1 as well as fellow socially conscious MC Lacrae. Sometimes I wonder what Lacrae would do. Fuck these niggas up or show him just what prayer do. He rapped, adding, I want to be empathetic, my heart like D1, but I would omitting what sounds like a threat against his enemies. In response, D1 posted a throwback photo of him and Kendrick along with the caption, I appreciate the shout out, brother. More than you'll ever know. A shift is happening. The time is now. The 39-year-old has also faced backlash from those who felt he was siding with Kendrick over Lil Wayne in the debate surrounding next year's Super Bowl halftime show in New Orleans. D1 acknowledged the criticism in an Instagram video saying, because they mad at my opinion at who should perform at the Super Bowl, now they making diss tracks about me. They got people saying I'm canceled from the city. They got people saying I better not come back to the city. People, I'm cool with making videos mad at what I'm standing on. When it's the same thing I've been standing on since y'all met me. People who I just went on their podcast and it was all friendship and love. Now call me a clout chaser and mad because we got a difference of opinion about who should perform at the Super Bowl. So the biggest rapper in the world is saluting me for my character. And at the same time, it's people in my city trying to cancel me for my character. Now, Juvenile reacts to the whole Lil Wayne situation. I want to actually get to him. I want to get to him actually, because he was also upset too. Hold on, he was also upset too. Um, all right, here we go. Juvenile, according to the folks from Billboard, um, I don't think anybody talked about this. Juvenile clarified his comments about Lil Wayne not being tapped to headline this season's Super Bowl halftime show. He and Manny Fresh made appearance on Los Angeles area radio show Power 106's Brown Bag Morning Show, where they both addressed Kendrick Lamar being picked instead after being asked if they would perform if the Compton Raptor extended an invite. Oh, We're there. Juvie answered with no hesitation. Kendrick is one of the best performers we've ever seen. He's top notch, especially in hip hop. In the hip hop world, and he raises the bar, so it's something that everybody want to see. And if he calls, I'm there, no problem. Many then interjected that social media has a habit of mucking things up. The thing is that is it's not, he said, because people felt like side because we said that it would be cool if Wayne was in it. Of course we are of course we're gonna say of course we're going to say that. That's from our team. But respectfully, Kendrick is that dude. He's a good dude. Juvie added in quote, never throwing shade on Kendrick, not one time, because I don't live my life like that anyway. I don't like to I don't like to tear somebody else down to put somebody else in a position, right? But I felt like Wayne was campaigning for that spot. He came out months ahead of time, and I'm like, well, if he's asking for it, at least consider him, give him a call or something. The New Orleans rapper continued by re-emphasizing that his beef was always with the NFL and never with Lamar or the person ultimately responsible for the pick in Jay Z. My quarrel was never with Jay Z or Kendrick or anything like that. Reiterated, excuse me. My quarrel with the NFL and the other 11 Super Bowls they had in my city, and they never gave us a chance to put anybody from the city on. How they come to our city and they throw this big major event and they rent all the buildings and they don't let the people from the city. We don't see those benefits. My cause is totally different. Back in September, a day after Kendrick announced that he was Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans, Jury took to social media to give his 2 cents. So everybody wants me to speak on this Super Bowl situation. He began visibly upset while sitting in a car. Look, I'm mad about the situation, just like y'all, but my hatred is towards the NFL, not really the people that booked the halftime show. I'm mad at the people that hired the motherfuckers that booked the halftime show. I feel like y'all should step in. Y'all done had 11 Super Bowls in New Orleans, man. Y'all have yet to put a hip hop artist from New Orleans on the damn Super Bowl. And he continued in quote, I feel like every time y'all come here, y'all should have somebody from our city on the shit. But this time, it really hits hard when you don't have Lil Wayne on the show. I don't see how the fuck y'all don't have Lil Wayne doing the halftime show. Somebody that has a whole bunch of fucking hits and somebody that really deserves it and somebody that can bring out multiple artists of all genres. Think about it. Yeah, I would agree. Um, the New Orleans legend then aimed. Hold on a minute. Hold on 1 second. The New Orleans legend then aimed his anger towards NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, saying, "So this goes to you, Roger Goodell. You need to get it right, man. You coming to our city, sucking up our culture and making all this money and putting all this bread in your pocket and other people's pockets and hanging us dry. It gotta stop." He wasn't the only rapper upset. Nicki Minaj, Cameron, Mace, um, Master P, and Boosie all felt like Weezy was snubbed. Wayne even admitted to feeling broken over the situation. I just talked about that. Um, hold on. Let me see what Cameron Mace and Boosie have to say, because let's take a look at what they have to say. So yeah, let me see what they got to say on here. I want to actually see this. So Master P voiced his opinion on Instagram, saying that Lil Wayne should be part of this celebration, as the No Limit Records boss serves as an ambassador of entertainment in the Big Easy. Um, Salute to Kendrick Lamar for performing at the halftime show at um, Super Bowl 59. Well deserved. He's one of the hottest music artists in the world and has one of the biggest songs right now. He began his post before sharing his thoughts on Weezy. As ambassador of entertainment in the city of New Orleans, I have to agree with the fans that um, little Little Wayne um, should be a part of this celebration as well. He's one of the greatest hip hop artists alive, still relevant, and he's a New Orleans native. Let's not miss this cultural moment in the South. Life is too short. We have to give our legends their flowers while they are here. Cameron and Mace voiced their opinions too. Um, Cameron and Mace returned with an episode of It Is What It Is podcast on Monday, September 9th, during which they gave Kendrick Lamar his props, but couldn't process how Lil Wayne wasn't the halftime show selection. Cam put the onus on Jay-Z, who serves as a co-producer of the NFL's Super Bowl halftime show, and speculated it could be due to issues with Hove and Lil Wayne as rivals in the past. Listen, I love Kendrick Lamar. I hate the selection can begin. It's in New Orleans, and you don't get Lil Wayne. That's what we're doing. You don't get Lil Wayne, New Orleans for the Super Bowl. There's no reason why Lil Wayne shouldn't be performing in the Super Bowl. He had really a secret. Lil Wayne had a problem with somebody before who's kind of part of the organization running it. This is payback. Who's Lil Wayne's artist? Drake. Lil Wayne not to be performing in New Orleans for the Super Bowl is egregious, and it's got to stop. Mace chimed in quote, hating at this age is crazy. Yeah. Even though he's from about 80 miles northwest of New Orleans, Boosie Badass also shared his disappointment in the NFL's decision to go with Kendrick Lamar and not any artist from the Big Easy or his home state. End quote. All y'all acting like y'all cool with how they playing it for the Super Bowl. Shaking my head. The most cultural city and in New Orleans. It's a smack in the face to every hip hop legend from Louisiana, he wrote. Master P, Birdman, 5 star. This shows they never wanted y'all to kick in the door in the first place. Cause they know, cause they still trying to lock it, excuse me. 22 was in Cali, and a Cali artist was allowed to do they thing, and it was a great show. But now it's in Louisiana, and no Louisiana legends can't do their thing. I don't respect it. Lil Wayne's longtime engineer Fabian Marashulo expressed his disappointment in the decision to snub Weezy for K. Dot. Confused, disappointed, angry, but most of all, inspired. Marashulo wrote to his Instagram story captured by Complex. Will never be in a position or have the in a position where we are at the mercy of someone else's decision. We will make the decisions. Now, this doesn't mean that Lil Wayne won't be part of Super Bowl halftime festivities in any capacity. The stage is set for Kendrick to take the stage at hang on a second. Take the stage at Super Bowl 59 on February 9th, 2025 in New Orleans. It won't be Lamar's first time taking part in the big game's halftime show, as he was part of the West Coast celebration in 2022 alongside Dr. Dre, Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, and 50 Cent. Rap music is still the most impactful genre to date, Lamar said in the statement announcing him as the halftime show performer, and I'll be there to remind the world why they got the right one. A couple of things that I like to say about this though, man. Look, this whole shit, this whole bullshit beef between Kendrick and Drake and all that other stuff. Yo, that shit was kind of that shit is foul, man. I'm sorry, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, man. I feel like it was a slap in the face to the people in New Orleans, man, and I have to really agree. Especially the legends who have hits. Lil Wayne, Juvenile, all these other people who got hits too, man. And and honestly, he's not even a legend, man. No, hold on. He's not even a he's not even an icon, man. I, I remember watching TMZ one day, and one of the viewers chimed in and said that Kendrick Lamar is not an icon. He's not an icon. It takes 20 to 25 years to be considered an icon. He has 10 more to go. And I feel for Lil Wayne, man, for not being picked. I feel for him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Lil Wayne has more hits than Kendrick. I hate to say this. He has more hits than Kendrick, man. You know what I'm saying? Um and look, man, and look, just because he has the one song that's been popping over the summer, over the radio airwaves and all other stuff. First of all, he 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 does not have Kendrick Lamar does not have a lot of hits compared to Lil Wayne. I hate to say this. It's just so fucked up. Not just with the NFL, but with Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with what Juvenile, Cameron, Mace, D1, Lacrae, and all these other people, and Boosie Badass, Master P, of course. I agree on how they feel because look, at some point, man, like at some point, I really feel like this stupid beef between two grown ass men, between Kendrick and Drake, that shit has to die, man. I'm sorry. But this is some fucked up shit though, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel I feel like the NFL and Jay-Z, they could have picked somebody better from New Orleans for this though, man. That to me, that to me was just that to me was just a slap in the face, man. You know what I'm saying? And I do appreciate those individuals for speaking up, expressing themselves and how they feel, and all the other stuff, man. And you know, the whole culture vulture thing, man. You know what I mean? So this is just crazy, man. I don't think Kendrick should have been picked for that, man, because um Lil Wayne dreamed about performing at Super Bowl in New Orleans all his life. And like Nicki Minaj said, he put he put her and Drake and other artists on his back on his tour. You know what I mean? He didn't do it for money. He did it for the love. And that's what that was. So honestly, honestly, um, honestly, it was just a slap in the face, man, to hear. And I have to say, man, this, like I said, man, this stupid beef between Kendrick and Drake has got to stop, man. This has got to stop. This has gone. This has gone long enough. And then another thing, an individual from TMZ talking about how certain people in Gen Z and whatever generations or whatever talking about how it's considered soft. First of all, you don't get a trophy by making by fucking starting a beef with Drake or any other artist whatsoever. You know what I mean? That to me was just that was just crazy, man. That's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's just fucked up. And you don't get cool brownie points off of that shit, man. You don't get no cool brownie points off of that shit. Like, come on. That's just crazy, man. Crazy, man. This shit has got to stop, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man, but to the NFL, Jay Z, they should have picked a music artist from New Orleans. I'm sorry, that's not right, and they know it. All right, all that stuff out the way. Now that I got all that stuff out the way, man, let's talk Biggie Smalls and Slick Rick getting inducted. Um, way. Hold on a minute. Hang on. Um, all right, hold up. Um, Let me wait for it. Hold on a second. Let me look for it. Um, um, trying to find it. Actually, sorry. Um, um, is this? Okay, this is what I was looking for. Actually, all right. All right. So according to the folks from Pitchfork, albums by Green Day, the Notorious B.I.G., aka Biggie Smalls, and Blondie. Don't know who that is. I don't know who the fuck that is, man. I'm sorry. Oh shit. Will be preserved among the defining sounds of history in the Library of Congress, National Recording, um, National Recording, um, National Recording Registry. Librarian of Congress, Carla Hayden, today named this year's 25 additions to the archive, also including songs and albums by ABBA, The Chicks, which formerly the Dixie Chicks, The Cars, Bill Withers, Jefferson Airplane, Chronos Quartet, and Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick. Um, so let's see. Let's see. There's a lot, man. There's a lot though, man. There's a lot. I'm gonna break this down. Actually, yeah, let's break this down. Um, see the full list. Green Day's Dookie, Biggie's Ready to Die, Blondie. Don't know who that is. Parallel Lines. um, Last year's inductees included Madonna's "Like a Virgin," Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is You," Queen Latifah's um, "All Hail the Queen," and Daddy Yankee's "Gasolina." All right, so recording selected for 2024 National Recordings Registry. So clarinet, Marmalade, um, Lieutenant James Reese, Europe's 369 U.S. Infantry Band, 1919. Haven, polka, viola, turpin. Hold on, Turpinen, excuse me, and John Rosendahl. Wisconsin's folk song collection, Rose Room, Goodman, Sextet with Charlie Christian, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Gene Autry, 1949, Tennessee Waltz, Patty Page, Rocket 88, Jackie Brinson and his Delta Cats, Catching a Falling Star, Magic Moments, Perry Como, Chances Are, Johnny Mathis, The Sidewinder, Lee Morgan, Surrealistic Pillow, Jefferson Airplane, Ain't No Sunshine, Bill Withers, This Is a Recording, Lily Tomlin, J.D. Crow and the New South, J.D. Crow and the New South, um, Arrival, ABBA, El El Cantante, Hector Lavoe, The Cars, Parallel Lines, Blondie, don't know who that is, Lottie Dottie, Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick, MC Ricky D. Don't Worry, Be Happy, Bobby McFerrin, 1988, Amor Eternal, Juan Gabriel, 1990, Pieces of Africa, Kronos Quartet, 1992, Dookie. Oh, man. Dookie. Yo. Oh man. Ready to die. Oh man. The Notorious B.I.G. Wide Open Spaces. The Chicks, formerly known as the Dixie Chicks. Oh boy. Oh shit. Oh man. Oh my lord. That's funny. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's funny, man. And there you have it, though, man. Congratulations to all the artists, including Slick Rick, Biggie Smalls, and every music artist that's listed on here, man. Congratulations. All right, so let's get into. Hold on, let me make sure I didn't miss out on anything. Let me see. Yes, let's talk Will Smith. Let's talk Will Smith. Let's talk Will Smith, man. He is getting back into music. Um, he's getting back into music, obviously. Um, hold on 1 second. All right. All right. So, according to Essence, Will Smith's return to music marks a deeply personal and transformative journey, showcasing a new chapter in his career. During during an evening with Will Smith at the Grammy Museum this month, the four-time Grammy Award winner opened up about how turning personal pain into music has driven his latest artistic evolution. In a moderated conversation with Grammy winner Lacrae, Smith reflected on life's challenges, He revealed that these struggles have shaped his new musical direction, which now includes a shift towards gospel. Um, and Smith treated the audience to nostalgic performances. Um, one moment. Yes. Hang on one second. Yes. Smith treated the audience to nostalgic performances of hits like The Fresh Prince of Bel Air, Getting Jiggy with It, and Miami, while also debuting new gospel tracks, including You Can Make It and Work of Art. These songs illustrate his exploration of faith, hope, and perseverance. Smith shared that working with his family on these recent projects has been a significant part of his journey back to music, making his first release since 2017's Get Lit. The Philadelphia native's return to the stage has not been limited to the Grammy Museum. Earlier this summer, he made a surprise appearance at the Bel Air Summer Barbecue event, performing his classic hit "Summertime" alongside Coco Jones. His presence brought a celebratory energy to the event, reinforcing his role as an executive producer on the show. In another powerful moment, Smith took to the stage at the 2024 BET Awards to perform You Can Make It, delivering an emotionally charged performance with the Sunday Service Choir and Kirk Franklin, excuse me. Smith's heartfelt message on stage encouraged viewers to persevere through life's difficulties. The performance, his first at an award show since the 2022 Academy Awards, underscored his determination to share a message of hope and renewal with fans. With his new music and live performances, Will Smith continues to expand his legacy, blending his iconic past with a powerful new message of resilience. Hmm. Yeah. Congratulations to Will Smith on making a comeback and congratulations on the recent movie success of Bad Boys Ride or Die. And yes, it will be there will be a Bad Boys 5 in the future to be determined, so I'm not going to get much. All right. So so Lola Brooke, right? Lola Brooke, right? Let's see. So Brooklyn's rising rap sensation Lola Brooke is making waves once again as she drops the deluxe edition of her debut project, Dennis' Daughter. The special release features get rid of this. Release it. E, um, Release features four electrifying tracks, including Neighborhood Hero, which comes with an explosive music video available. By the way, you can watch the performance of Will Smith on YouTube, including Coco Jones as well. Um, the deluxe edition breathes new life into Lola's breakout 2023 project, which has since propelled her to platinum um, selling status. The track list includes Go Get Your Mother, Bend It Over, featuring A Boogie and Big Frida, and Becky, featuring 41. Neighborhood Hero, teased last week on TikTok, has already generated significant buzz, embodying the loyalty and respect Lola has no, Lola holds, excuse me, dear for her hometown of Brooklyn. This track solidifies her position as the neighborhood hero, resonating with fans who appreciate her authentic storytelling. Um, Directed by Ben Mark, the neighborhood hero music video mirrors the track's tone with visually stunning moments, offering a glimpse into Lola Brooks's depth and complexity. As she celebrates her journey from the streets of Brooklyn to superstardom, Lola is gearing up for her first headline tour, Back to Business tour, um, which already happened already. Um, and if you missed out on her music performance and stuff, um, you can listen to her music that's out on Spotify right now. So with her unique blend of hustle, sweat, and tears, Lola Brooke proudly asserts her status as a neighborhood hero, not just in Brooklyn, but in the hearts of fans worldwide. The deluxe edition of Dennis' Daughter is available now via Team 80 Productions, Arista Records, offering fans an even deeper dive into Lola's captivating world. And if you missed out on any of these concert dates that happened in June, it's on Spotify right now. You can check it out wherever you get your music. All right, so let's go on to another. Let me see. Let me see. Yes, let's go on to 50 Cent. Let's go on to 50 Cent, man. All right, according to Complex, in case y'all didn't know, 50 Cent surely make Shreveport, Louisiana a media enclave with the unveiling of G Unit Studios. On Wednesday, the rapper and business mogul shared the news on Instagram with a clip of a report from KSLA News 12 about the production studio's development. G Unit Studios, which launched as a company in 2005, will be built in the city's downtown area and will house a range of projects that the Queens native will be working on. Currently, 50 has several shows on Stars, including the Power franchise and BMF, and he'll next be working on a docuseries project focused on Diddy. I'll save that for a future episode, man. As someone who has always believed in the transformative power of music, film, and television, I'm beyond excited to introduce the expansion of my G Unit film and television through the launch of G Unit Studios right here in Shreveport. 50 stated to Billboard, from the gritty narratives of the streets to the compelling stories that define our era, G Unit has always been more than just entertainment. It's a platform for voices that need to be heard, stories that need to be told, bringing G Unit Studios to Shreveport. Shreveport is not just a business decision, it's a commitment to fostering talent, creating opportunities, and building a community that thrives through creativity and innovation. We see Shreveport as a beacon of inspiration and creativity. The Grammy Award winner could have some competition with media entrepreneur Tyler Perry, whose 330-acre studios are in Atlanta. But 50's talents in entertainment are singular, and the Bayou seems ready to welcome him with open arms. We are thrilled that G Unit Studios will plant its roots in Shreveport, Mayor Arsenault said in a statement per KSLA News 12. End quote. This city's rich culture and talent provides the perfect backdrop for this endeavor. We are eager to collaborate with Mr. Jackson and G Unit Film and Television to bring captivating movies and entertainment to Shreveport and Caddo Parish. A press conference. Yeah, he did a press conference about this year actually. So which took place at Government Plaza in Shreveport. So congratulations to 50 Cent for um, for opening an entertainment film and TV studios over there in Shreveport, New Orleans. By the way, a little side note about 50 Cent though. I saw an article in regards to how he was sticking up for Drake, um, and all that stuff, which I think is very big of him. We'll break that down in a future episode. I'm gonna save this as a future topic to talk about here. So due to time constraints, okay? All right. So now that we got that out the way, what do you say we talk about Nas, who's also a Queens, New York native? All right. So let's get into it right here. And this is from NME website. Let's see. So, Nas has announced details of a new UK and European tour celebrating the 30th anniversary of his iconic album, Illmatic. Of course, you can find ticket details below. I'll mention that at the end. Um, so the dates will see the hip hop legend embark on a number of shows across the continent later this year to mark 30 years since he dropped his iconic debut album. Set to run throughout October and November, and 15 shows are lined up. And each live date will see the American rapper and East Coast legend perform the breakthrough album in its entirety. Of course, the dates kick off with the run of European in Helsinki, which took place on October 22nd. From there, Nas will perform at BK in Stockholm on October 24th, already happened. And of course, followed by dates in Copenhagen, the 25th, Cologne on Sunday, Milan on the 30th, and Switzerland on the 31st, which is Halloween. Um, a second leg of shows across Europe is lined up for the beginning of November, including gigs in Vienna, Berlin, Amsterdam, and Paris before they wrap up with a slot at the Stad Tolly, Offenbach in Germany on Friday, November 8th. The final part of this 2024 tour will comprise of 4 shows in the UK, beginning with a stop at the O2 Victoria Warehouse in Manchester on November 10th, followed by shows in Edinburgh and Wolverhampton. The stint wraps up with a closing performance at the historic Royal Albert Hall in London on November 15th. Now, for tickets for those dates, you can go to Ticketmaster.com. If you are in the UK area and you missed out on other dates that I just mentioned this month, there's some other dates that's happening in November. So you go to Ticketmaster.com. For all the people that's in the UK area, he will be there to be performing, and of course in other areas international. All right. So there you go. Yeah, go to Ticketmaster.com. All right. So let's go to let's um all right. Let's go to our next segment right here, man. We got some gaming news that we gotta talk about here, man. Let's get to it right here, right now. Let's get to it right here, right now with particular particular segment right here, which is the video game entertainment newsroom. All right, we got some stuff to get into right here, right now, man. Let's do this. This is very exciting. So there's two games that we gotta talk about here. Project 007 and the other game, which is included. So let's get into it right here in the video game segment. Um, Come on. hmm Um, Hold on 1 second, folks. All right. Y'all know the deal with this segment. We got some gaming news that we got to talk about here, man. And starting with Project 007. And this is from the IGN website. So let's get into it right here. Sorry about that. Um, um, yes, so let's get into it right here. So, according to the folks from IGN, IO Interactive boss Hakan Abrak, excuse me. Give me 1 second. I don't know why this is coming up here. Has shared some fresh details about Project 007. The shadowy new project from the developers of Hitman that will feature a James Bond origin story, saying that production is going amazingly well, and that the studio will have more details to share soon. Speaking with IGN in a wide-ranging interview as part of today's Mind's Eye publishing deal, which I'll talk about next. Um, Abrac said that Project 007 is fully developed, published, and funded by IO Interactive, and that there's a lot of cool stuff coming up. Um, we absolutely feel like 20 plus years of training for the agent fantasy, creating an agent that travels the world and globetrotting whatnot has given us know how on that. But obviously, James Bond is a different IP. It's a huge IP. It's not our IP. It's actually um, the first IP that is not our original IP from ground up. Abrax says. But what's exciting about that project is that we actually got to do an original story. So it's not a game. Excuse me. It's not a gamic. It's not a gamification. Excuse me, of a movie. It's completely beginning and becoming a story. Hopefully for a big trilogy out there in the future. And equally important and exciting, it's a new Bond. It's a Bond we built from ground up for gamers. It's extremely exciting with all the traditions and all the story there is there together to work on this together with the family of creating a young Bond for gamers, a Bond that the gamers can call their own and grow with it. All right. Let's see. It's a lot though, man. IO Interactive has become famous for stealth games thanks to its work with the Hitman series, which is notable for its open-ended design rather, and wry sense of humor. The owners of the James Bond IP were apparently leery of another game based on 007, given the franchise's mixed track record outside of GoldenEye. But IO Interactive was able to convince them otherwise. At the moment, the Hitman franchise is on hiatus while the studio focuses on other projects. But IO Interactive did release a compilation of the Hitman trilogy, called World of Assassination in 2023. Um, let's see. So let's see. Yeah, growth. Um, since IO Interactive announced that it was working on the Bond game back in 2020, MGM has released No Time to Die, which was a generally well received send off to Daniel Craig. Craig's departure means that the Bond franchise is currently between bonds, but Abrax says that the license is still very powerful. When we took when we look at the movies, it's one of the top three IPs out there. It's extremely powerful also because it's been what almost 15 years since the last game. So it's been a long time. It definitely is something that is not overexposed in gaming. We actually see that as a strength that we can do something very special and hopefully there's a spot there's a lot of people out there who think about GoldenEye as the classic, and I love that game as well as myself. Abrax says, I don't want to speak too big about it, but I just hope we'll do a thing that will define James Bond in gaming for years to come. And that is not only one game, but that we create a universe for gamers to own for many years to come that we can grow with the next to the Bond on the movies. A. Brack praised the producers of the films for being able to reinvent Bond throughout the years and keep that IP relevant, and said that IO Interactive have big shoes to fill, like the legendary secret agent himself. A Project 007 reveal remains frustratingly elusive, but A. Brack says that IO Interactive will share more in due time. I don't have an update today, but believe me, it's itching here as well to be talking about it soon. So we are following our plans. The production is going amazingly well, and we will soon be talking more about it. I know it was a little teaser, not a lot of information, but there's a lot of cool stuff coming up. Abrax says we are also very excited, and when we are ready with that, we'll be opening up. Next we have Mind's Eye, according to the folks from Variety. Let's get into it. All right, so Leslie Benzies first game from his developer Build a Rocket Boy, the AAA story driven action adventure thriller Mind's Eye will be published and distributed by Hitman maker IO Interactive. Benzies is the best known as excuse me, best known as the former president of Grand Theft Auto creator Rockstar Games, Rockstar North. Danish game publisher IO Interactive is launching third-party publishing division IOI Partners to oversee global publishing services for Benzies Mind's Eye, including marketing, localization, distribution, QA. Per IOI Partners' mission is to develop impactful entertainment through creative, quality focused collaborations, bringing exceptional gaming experiences to players. Um, um, yeah, and let's see. From day one, Build Boy Studios has been focused on creating the next generation of compelling gaming and quality entertainment experiences, Benzi said. We can't wait premium game and ever evolving universe. Mind's Eye with the world. There's no final partner than IO Interactive, excuse me, to publish our first title with their strong understanding of community culture, premium action adventure games, and a best in class publishing team. We really look. Hang on. Hang on. We really look. Hang on. yeah, we really look forward to partnering with them on our new blockbuster journey. We are honored to be the global publishing partner working with Build a Rocket Boys' exceptionally talented team and to bring our community an exciting new IP. IO Interactive CEO Hakan Abrak said, IO Interactive and Build a Rocket Boy are like-minded in how we aim to create a bond and a long-term relationship with our communities, which perfectly aligns with our commitment to delivering high-quality, immersive experiences to players worldwide. As our first publishing partnership, this marks a significant milestone. Be prouder of this generation. Congratulations. Congratulations to Leslie Benzies and the people from IO Interactive and Build a Rocket Boy for Mind's Eye, the game. All right. Uh, all right. So, um, okay, this is okay. We're gonna wrap up here. We are gonna wrap up here. Hold on. Let's see how much time we got. Yes. Wrap up right here, man. We're gonna wrap up right here, and our segment right here will be the last one of the night, which will be stream choices on the go. All right. All right. Be sure to follow Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast, not only on Facebook at Off the Meat Rat Chainz NY podcast. You can also follow on Threads along with my other podcast shows that I do along with myself, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York, which is the same as it is on Instagram. Make sure you follow on Instagram as well, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast. Um, my sports platform right there, and my entertainment review show, Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast, as well as myself, G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. And yeah, there you have it. There you have it right there, man. Make sure you go to the link in bio for streaming platforms of every streaming platforms that I will mention to you. And if you have like your Android phones, your iPhones, if you have your your iPads, your Android tablets, your laptops, which includes Apple and Dell laptops, you can download these apps that I'm going to mention, and there are links to every streaming platform, which I will gladly get to right here, which includes Odyssey, Audible, Audioburst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Bullhorn FM, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Overhaul FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Pod Bay, Pod Friend, Pod Hound, Pod Polo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Pod Chaser, Podverse, Podcast Guru, Podvine, Snip, Spotify for podcasters, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Fountain, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the number one app where you can listen to music, radio, and podcast episodes for free. You don't need a debit card to download iHeartRadio. All you need to do is subscribe on every streaming platform that I just mentioned. And you can do the same with YouTube on the channel G Money Stacks 555. Make sure you grab that subscribe button for me uh, for more live video podcast episodes. And if you miss any episodes whatsoever, don't worry. Everything is all there. You don't need to worry too much about that there. And sorry about that loud ass car. Um And yes, so be sure you listen, stream, watch the episodes. Tell me what you think about the topics in this episode, especially the mental health topics and all that other stuff whatsoever. Is it relatable to you and what your struggles and what you've been through? Then yeah, I will bring more mental health topics to future episodes and stuff. If I find any, I will bring it to this platform right here. And of course, be sure to hang on a second. Yes, so um yes, hit the like button. Make sure you add the podcast to your playlist. Make sure you not only download but add the podcast to your playlist. Um Enable alerts for new episodes, and especially whenever I'm going to be recording live via live stream on the YouTube channel page. All right. And of course, be sure to tell a friend to another friend. Be channel pages, which is um, excellent, fun, vibrant talks podcast. My sports YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe to my entertainment review show, Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast. Be sure you subscribe over, and of course share my Linktree link. Um, that has Linktree/G Money Stacks 555 with your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, girlfriends, people you're cool with from work. All right, man. That's gonna do it for me, man. I'm going to be signing off. I'm your man G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator. Thank you very much for listening and tuning in and rocking with me and hearing me out on what really grinds my gears about fucking YouTubers who say that every TV show and movie is woke. The moral of the story that what I was trying to say earlier is you don't have to agree with everything that a YouTuber says on YouTube, especially those from you know from especially those from whether it's that part place, whether it's from Geeks and Gamers, whether it's other YouTubers. You don't always have to agree with everything. I mean, there's always room to agree or disagree because you can't agree with everything. I mean, you could disagree with certain things. You're more than welcome to do that. I mean, when it comes to new TV shows and movies and all that other stuff, just give it a chance, man. Don't assume that everything is woke because of gender, because of new characters, sexual orientation, whether it's race, whatever it may be, man. Like, come on, man. Like, y'all gotta chill out with the fucking bias bullshit, man. And the hatred behind it, though, man. Like, y'all gotta chill out and stop ruining everything for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Remember, the grind doesn't stop. Hard work pays off. If you want something, you have to work hard and earn it because it's not going to be given to you on the fucking silver platter. All right. Of course, be on your P's and Q's creatively, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. That gets you into your zone alongside with tunnel vision. All right. Now, remember everybody's journey is different. There's no guidebook or manual to being on your journey and betting on and also bet on yourself, man. Don't worry about the fucking haters who say that everything is so woke or whatever. And don't worry about whether your parents don't like certain decisions you make or whatever. It's all about you. It's not about them. All right. And also, it's not a matter of whether you win or lose, man. It's how you play the game. All right. Peace and one love. In the near future of one of the future episodes, I will be talking about many reasons why I am not voting for project. I'm not voting for Cheeseface 45, man, and Project 2025, man. I got some thoughts that I will be talking about in the future episodes, so stay tuned for that. And also, man, I will be saying something very important that you have to do on November 5th. So I'm gonna hold that thought for a future episode. So stay tuned for that, though, man. So look, I'm out of here. Peace and one love. And I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I hope y'all enjoy doing some Halloween shopping, Halloween candies and snacks and whatnot, events and stuff. I will provide some Halloween events next week. All right. In the next episode, I will provide some Halloween events for the week and weekend. So stay tuned for that as well. I'm out of here. Peace and one love. Take care of yourself. Be easy. Be careful out there. Stay safe and all that great stuff. And of course, man, good night, everybody.